Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel. This is Elite Dangerous and we are here for good reason, simply because I've been asked so many times this last couple of days what are the black levels like and are there any glare issues with the lenses. So I thought this would be the perfect playground for that particular test. Now of course I'm using the Reverb G2 microphone again, so let me know in the comments if it sounds any better. The gain on this particular headset is very sensitive, so I'm just trying to get those levels just dialed in nicely. Anyway, let's get back to that all important question. What are these lenses like in such dark scenes with such vivid colours? Well, I'm pleased to tell you that the effect is incredible and the glare is minimal. It's not gone completely, but I wasn't expecting that anyway, to be honest. It's no worse than any other headset I've tried. In fact, I remember the CV1 used to be pretty bad for lens flare, and of course it's nowhere near as bad, you'll be pleased to know, as the Index, which was pretty infamous for that horrid glare on those lenses in scenes like this. In fact, that was one of the main reasons why I didn't end up buying one. Now, in terms of the colours, it just feels like I'm looking at a Super AMOLED display, even though it's an LCD. I just think it's quite incredible how they've pulled this off. As we're flying around this ship here and looking at all those bright colours there, they're so vivid and they pop so well that I just feel like I could reach out and touch that ship. It's that real, guys, honestly. I've got hundreds of hours in Elite Dangerous now, and this is the best experience I've had to date in this sim. And I call it a sim because I feel Elite Dangerous deserves that title. It's such a fantastic experience. Anyway, what about the black levels, guys? Well, to be honest, it's the same story as the G1 in this case. They are very good, but they're not OLED blacks, but I'm sure you would already know that anyway. But in terms of the comparisons from other LCD headsets, the black levels are superior, without a doubt. I've played quite a number of hours in the Rift S in Elite Dangerous, and yeah, it's great fun, don't get me wrong, but that screen door effect and that sort of real light grey is pretty awful, to be honest, and doesn't compare against both the Reverb G1 and G2. Now, as we're looking at the sun here, I actually feel like I'm looking at the real thing, and I'm looking side to side here to check for any glare, and there is a little bit at the bottom of my sort of peripheral vision, particularly at that blue tinge that's coming up, but it's so minimal. I'm trying to be as picky as possible. I'd hate to tell you that there's no glare at all and you'd expect that. There is a little bit, but you know, it's just ever so slight. I think it's more than adequate, and I think they've done wonders with this lens design. Now, you'll be pleased to know that I'll also be putting some of my own through the lens video. I know some of it isn't particularly fantastic, but it will give you an idea of what it's like in the headset, particularly for that absolute sheer clarity, but also the lack of lens flare in such scenes like this. But honestly, I do feel like I've got edge-to-edge clarity in this sim. I'm getting a really nice 60 frames per second, and I'll also stick my Steam VR settings in the right-hand corner now. That is what Steam VR is giving me at 100%, so you can see I'm actually upscaling a little bit, so I could actually knock that down a little bit and get a bit more performance, which I'll probably do for my next DCS video. Now, as I'm flying around here, that spaceship looks absolutely incredible, especially with the one-to-one scale that VR is known for. I just cannot believe what I'm seeing here. It's just incredible. The audio as well really adds to the experience, and because there's no distractions with any of that sort of God rays, in fact that's the term most people use, isn't it, God rays, without that being an issue, you just focus on what you're trying to do. In this case, me trying to avoid crashing into the ship. But anyway, guys, I hope that is of some interest to you, because I know a lot of you play Elite Dangerous, and of course Half-Life Alyx. Please let me know if you'd like to see some gameplay footage of that. I know this is a flight simulation channel, but I'm quite happy to do a few different other tests if you so desire. But as we are really trying our luck here and flying close and personal with this station, probably getting some fines along the way, I just cannot believe all of the little details, just the lines and the markings of the ship that I've never seen before, particularly when you're looking from sort of the left of your eye. Usually that would be a bit blurry, but because of that huge sweet spot of this headset, it's just not an issue at all. Now what I might do to end this particular part of the video is we'll go and dock. I think that would be a good idea, and then that way I can see what it feels like inside the actual station itself, because that's where there's plenty of different vivid colours to look at. Just hopefully I won't crash into the ship, because that would be very bad. Okay, here we go. I am cheating auto docking, but hey, I don't sort of profess to be a professional space pilot. But as I'm looking at all of those lights, especially as they're appearing out of the darkness, the balance is perfect in this headset. They really pop into your vision and they look bright, but they don't affect the glare of the headset. How on earth have they done that? I've no idea. And keep with an LCD panel is just incredible. Wow, this feels fantastic, guys. And as we smoothly go down to land, what I'll do is I'll add some footage in of through the lens shots so you can see for yourself what this sim looks like. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye for now.